Hello and welcome to another update video about Harmony One. Harmony is really interesting at the moment. Definitely outperforming together with Phantom many other cryptos, especially in the higher market cap cryptos. And I just wanted to talk about where we are here in terms of the elite wave count, what I think the price could be doing next. So I'm actually not sure if I showed it to you before, but the higher level wave count that we have here, and this is the log scale chart, I think it's very clear. This here is, in my view, obviously a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that means we've completed this wave 5, which is basically the very first higher level wave count that we can see here on the Harmony One chart, which actually means there should be some sort of a, well, larger correction coming. Yeah, maybe 50-60%, maybe to the 0.618 fib level, maybe even more. Now we haven't seen that yet, and just keep that in mind. So this, I think, is here with that wave 5 on the 29th of October should have finished the uptrend. This chart starts here in March 2020. Yeah, so you get your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I wanted to show you is, because I went all the way back for Ethereum, just to zoom out really also on the log chart and really show you here the similarities between the Ethereum chart back then when it started, also in its wave 1, to what Harmony One is doing now. So it's always going, you can actually see that it's always going in the same cycles, right? So again, here also you started here, just remember here, Harmony One, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we have here with Ethereum? 1, just need to find the low, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what did you get here then? You did get your ABC correction. So you came down in a wave A, a B, and a C. That wave C landed at the 0.382 fib level here on the log scale chart. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. Yeah, so it did come down from the top back here that Ethereum had. And I show it to you because I think it has some relevance, because this is what Ethereum did back then. First major wave here. It's very similar to what Harmony One is looking at. I mean, maybe it's even, no, it's pretty similar to what Harmony One is doing now. That went also over the course of pretty much a year here. Yeah, so I think it's pretty relevant. So in the very similar time period, you had the same wave count, and you came down here from the $21 level all the way down to around $6 in the correction. Okay, so Harmony One, so this came down to the 0.382 fib level here, yeah, in December 2016. So where are we here in terms of the fibs for Harmony One? Because we need to know, is that correction over yet or not? And what we can actually see, it came close. No, it didn't come close. It didn't come close. So it made, obviously, it came down to its wave 4 and then moved up in a wave 5. And in that wave 5, we have not even come back to the 0.214 fib level. Yeah, so the 0.786 would be down here, and we haven't come back to that level yet. We haven't even touched the 0.214 fib level, which would be at 11 cents. So I remain skeptical with Harmony One if we have completed that correction yet, if we're already starting our new impulse to the upside, or are we still in that correction? I remain very skeptical. I know a lot of people get super bullish already, talk about breakouts here, and I remain skeptical. You know me, at the moment, in my view, it's risky, and it's not confirmed yet that we have a breakout at all anyway. There is, of course, and I had a few comments in the previous video that I should talk about the possibility that Harmony One had completed its ABC correction here already, which would then look like something like that you had the wave A here, you had your wave B here, totally possible, totally valid, and the wave C here. Now my question is then, why should Harmony One have completed it where other cryptos, in my view, clearly haven't done it yet? I think for many other cryptos, and we can see it for Solana, for example. Solana is currently, in my view, in its wave C. It still is coming down. In my view, this is my primary scenario. Yeah, yes, admittedly, Harmony One performs really well, but this was not unexpected. because it did come perfectly here into my target area. If you remember, when we were coming up here, I did give you this target area. I gave you here this target area from the wave 5 all the way down to the wave A, these retracement levels into which, with a very high probability, in a wave B, the price would go into, and you can see this here. This absolutely worked out. We've not left the target area, or we might have left it slightly. So there you go. So it's between 25 cents and I think the first target area, oh, I can't remember, was the first target area that I gave you 30 cents? It might have been. But even there we came into, and even if I would need to look back, to be honest. I don't know if it was here or if it was here. I can't remember, to be honest. Sorry, but it doesn't matter. It was certain, you know, that for most cryptos that are in this wave B, I give you a target area in this range. It might have moved up. It might have been here between the 0.5 and between the 0.5 and the 0.786 level. I think this was actually the target area that I gave you. So it has come into this target area. You see how it did react to the Fib levels. Yes, it did overshoot it, but it came all the way up to the 0.887 Fib level today. Now for me, the fact that it reacts that well to these Fib levels also confirms to me that we might still be in this correction, because it just reacts to these retracement levels, okay? And I did tell you before that even if we get through this target area here, which to be fair, we did get into, we did overshoot it a little bit, but this is always a possibility in a wave B, because first of all, wave Bs are very difficult to identify. And then secondly, wave Bs can actually overshoot slightly the previous high. So, you know, we shouldn't be surprised should actually this wave B go slightly above the wave B. What you probably will get in this case is something like a bearish divergence or something, and then you're going to drop. But first of all, we would need to get above the 0.887 Fib level. So that's a very important resistance where we are now. We might just now be going through here, but it's sitting at 33.8. So pretty much where we are now. So the bulls and bears are fighting here around this level at the moment. So that's very, very key. Next level will be here at 38 cents. This is pretty much the all-time high. Let me just double check. Is that the all-time high? Yeah, 38 cents. And the price could go all the way up to that level. And then even with a low probability, but it could go up a little bit higher. Yeah, it could go up a little bit higher. That would still be a valid B. This is what Bitcoin has done, in my opinion. It did overshoot the previous high. This is why we are currently in this Bitcoin correction. Yeah, and this is my primary scenario still. And again, I could be wrong. Harmony 1 could very well have made here a wave A, a wave B, and a wave C. Absolutely, it could have. And then you get already here even though I don't really like this structure, but because it looks corrective, yeah, again, foundation. And again, this then could have been something like a, yeah, with 1, 2, and this would be some sort of a you know, an ABCDE triangle thing. And you probably had here this would be a series of 1, 2 setups, and you had your probably here something like a 1, 2, and you come down another. This must have been another 1, 2 then. It's not a 3, 4, 1, 2. Consequently, then this would be another 1, 2, because it would always undercut the previous wave 1. So it's actually not a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure. It can't be, or it would be some sort of a diagonal thing. But I think it's doing something like you know what Matic has done with a lot of retracements coming down here. It just has a corrective character for me. You know, I can't get around it. So yeah, it will be very exciting what's going to happen here next. Certainly, we still are here in this sort of uptrend. Yeah, you can clearly see that we're above the 20-day moving average, we're above the 50-day moving average, we're above the 200-day moving average. And if I'm correct, probably one of my sell orders has just triggered, which is great as well. So it's not like that we didn't expect the price could go higher. So we did set another sell order, and I think this must have triggered probably today. Would need to double check, to be honest. I think it was in this range around 33, 34 cents. Yeah, so far it's not doing anything that you wouldn't expect from a wave B, to be honest. You know, we've seen other cryptos go up to their wave B, you know, all the way up to the 0.887. This is a possibility. So it's, in my view, risky, you know, just to speculate now that the price could always go up. of course, Harmony One, amazing project. And I think after the correction, if it's not over yet, and if we still want to see the correction, it's going to do really well. It's going to be higher than this anyway. You know, so depending on someone's perspective in terms of in terms of time horizon, I think as soon as Bitcoin has completed its correction, I mean, we'll be way over what we are now. I mean, what you talk about then in terms of price prediction or price expectation, just based on here the extensions, you're certainly talking about a 140 Harmony One. You know, at least I would say. I mean, this is based on the log scale. Yet you get different results based on log scale, but overall, you know, I think we're going to see Harmony One above $1 certainly. Maybe even here, yeah, that was what I said, the 140 level, maybe even $3.10. And yeah, again, I wish you get your log scale, you get your arithmetic scale. They both come to different results. It is what it is. So the thing is, you can use both, so you never really know. And if you look at a longer time horizon like this, yeah, ideally you use the log scale. If you look at shorter time horizons, you can certainly use the arithmetic, which I normally prefer for shorter time scales, but you can certainly see the wave count clearer here on the longer time scale. And yeah, you know, we are at a key level here now, the 0.887 Fibonacci level. We need to get above that. Next target is then this the all-time high here at 38 cents. And if we break above that, we could possibly, I would say, get to 40, maybe even a little bit higher, and it would still be a valid wave B. So yeah, it's tricky now, guys. It's tricky. And sometimes as a trader or investor, you just have to say, either if you're investing anyway, then you know, you say you're probably not bothered because you might be dollar cost averaging in, and in 1 or 2 years it's gone much higher anyway if you believe in the project. And if you're a trader, sometimes you just have to say you need to wait. So for me, if I was in a long trade now, and to be fair, I am, if I am, I've got my sell order set anyway. I dollar cost average out at certain levels. So I'm not worried. I'll take my profits along the way, and I'm going to buy the dips. That's what we're doing here. So what I need to say, and that is what speaks a little bit against my view that we are having here this ABC correction not yet completed. This would actually be more in favor of, right, we're already starting a new impulse here. And this is all the indicators. If I take a look here on the RSI on the daily, well, we're going to get overbought soon, but we're not there yet. There is still scope to move higher. That's one thing. Also on the daily MACD, you're already increasing here your momentum again to the upside. So it's looking actually not too bad. On the 4-day chart, we've just had a bullish cross. Or most of the other cryptos I'm looking at, they don't have that. So that is quite significant. Also on the 4-day chart, you still have scope to move higher. So we didn't see that bullish cross, I think, last time when I did the video. So it is something that is new. And also here on the weekly chart, we have a bullish cross as well. So from that, and you have more scope, not too much more, but you have more scope here on the weekly to move higher, but we are close to overbought. So what I will doubt is that we can really go to significant new highs here, but there is certainly some more scope to the upside. I remain with my primary scenario, because I always try to give you a call. I try to make a call here. I remain with my primary scenario that the ABC isn't completed yet, even though we can see a positive turn on most of the indicators. On the weekly, in my view, we are still too close to the overbought level. Because what this would then be, if you had done your wave 1 to the upside here, yeah, and this is obviously a smaller one. So we had obviously here the longer time frame, and then you start your smaller wave count here. You know, this would be a wave 5 top, not only from that wave 5 here, but also from the whole thing. That means you would need to come down quite far actually, and you need to bring your indicators down, because the next wave up would be wave 3. If it's wave 3, you need the space, you know, you need the space to move higher. But even though it's turning bullish, the weekly MACD with an RSI which is already at 65, can you really get to 150, $3? I would doubt it. I would doubt it. So that's just my view. Let me know what you think in the comments. It was a bit longer this video, but it's also a difficult wave count at the moment. It's difficult because people get too bullish already, in my view. And in my view, we are still in this correction. let's see how it plays out. I'm very curious. Nevertheless, we're taking profits along the way, and we're going to buy the dip anyway. This is just my view, but we want to be prepared for both scenarios. All right, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe you want to subscribe to the channel membership, and you can find a link to that in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.